Are you ready to redefine what it means to thrive at any age? Welcome to Age is Just a Number with BJ and Ruth. In your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, you deserve to live your best life. Say goodbye to preconceived notions and let's shatter those stereotypes together. Get ready to own your vitality because age, well, that's just a number.
Hey, everybody. What?
I slipped.
That's what happens when you're propped up in the chair.
I know, I fell over.
I have to check what's in your cup there.
I swear to God, it's just peppermint tea.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, it's BJ.
And Ruth.
And we're back talking all things health and fitness. And hey, just want to thank you for joining us today, and all of those that have subscribed. Want to reach out to you all and thank you for doing that. If you haven't, please take a minute, subscribe to the channel. We are building a community here of like-minded individuals that, just like the title says, age is just a number, right?
It is just a number.
So we're gonna, gracefully age together. How's that?
I love it.
So, not sure when you're going to see this, but just to put that number in perspective, you're
inching closer and closer to 55, but I'm holding on to 54 still,
right,
by a thread.
Okay. And later this year, I also will be 55.
I'm the older of the two.
Right.
Older and wiser.
So, older anyway.
I knew he'd catch that.
So, anyway, we want to grow this life together. And so if you're watching this and you're saying, hey, that sounds like kind of me, or it'd be interesting, take a minute and subscribe to the channel. And that way you won't miss anything either. We are putting out regular content. Want to just make sure that you catch everything that we are talking about. And today we are going to talk about recovery tips to help you build muscle faster.
Yeah, primarily we're bodybuilders. We're natural pro bodybuilders. You could be doing any sport, but a lot of this is about fitness and how to use fitness to age gracefully.
Right. And so we're talking today about, and this applies really, we'll say it applies to any age, but especially if you're over 40, there are some things that you can do so that you have better muscle recovery from workouts, so that you gain and retain muscle better.
Because the body's different as it ages.
100%.
Yeah.
And so you can do things in your 20s and your 30s that maybe won't be as beneficial in your 40s, 50s, and 60s.
This doesn't work anymore.
Right? And so we want to do what we can from a recovery point of view so that we have the best results from our workouts. And we should preface all of this to say, if you're just starting out, it's probably a good idea for you to have a conversation with your doctor at some point. If you haven't done that, if you don't know where your baseline is from a health perspective, it's a good idea to have that conversation so your doctor can give you some feedback.
Yeah.
And you know where you're at, where maybe there's, we're going to talk about some vitamins today. If you're going to incorporate vitamins that you don't take already, you need to make sure that there's nothing else that's going to mess with or cause problems with.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you turned 30, when we all turned 30, every decade after that.
When.
Yeah. Right? Did we have
30?
dial phones?
Yeah.
We had dial phones.
Did we have cell phones?
30.
Oh,
I had a brick. They were called the bricks back then.
It was a huge
gigantic
phone with a big antenna that went
That's
up and
right. Yeah. So, okay. But let's jump ahead to now.
Right.
For all of us, after we turn 30, every decade thereafter, everybody's body loses 3 to 5% muscle mass every decade.
Yeah.
Unless something is done to prevent that.
And often the best way to prevent it is to use the muscle.
100%.
Keep using it.
Right. So resistance training. So
yes.
We've talked about that, so we're not going to spend a whole lot of time doing that today, but we want to talk about, you've gone to the gym, you've put in the time, now what do? You've come home from the gym. So the number one thing to increase your recovery and optimize your recovery, how about that? That's probably a better word. And build muscle faster. To optimize your recovery, number one is protein. And we've talked about just in general protein. So the rule of thumb is 1 gram per pound.
Of body weight.
So 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So, and that's per pound of body weight that you want to get to, not that you are. Yeah. So if you're carrying 20 or 30 pounds, that doesn't go into the equation of enough protein.
Right.
Okay. So that's just the overall protein consumption. However, the science tells us that the optimal window to consume protein after you work out is at least or 2 or 3 hours or less after your workout.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what we want to make sure that we're staying on top of, is that you've gone to the gym, you've worked out. Sometimes we just do other things, but you're not going to get the optimal results. And what the science tells us is that the combination of training and then the protein intake after that training within the 2 to 3 hours has a better synergistic result than either one individually.
Exactly.
Than just a lot of protein or just working out.
Yeah.
Okay. And the rule of thumb for that one is half a gram of protein per kilogram.
Right.
So I don't know about you, but I don't do kilograms when it comes to weight.
No,
so
I don't either.
An example would be if you weighed 80 kilograms, that's roughly 176 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you weigh 176 pounds, you would want to consume, or 80 kilograms, you'd want to consume 40 grams of protein within 2 to 3 hours after your workout.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so that's number one, because you want to put the fuel back in your body.
I love that word, because I used to tell my personal training clients, food is fuel. You've gone to the gym, you've worked out, or even if at any other sport, you've worked out, the gas tank is empty. You need to fill it back up. And so what you put back in is really important. And that's why we're talking about protein.
Yeah, protein. Okay, number two. Actually, do you know what a protein is?
Do I know what a protein is?
Yeah, it's a team that's lost its professional status.
Oh, that's so not funny.
It's amateur status. I said that to my daughter. That's a dad joke for you. I said to my daughter, she said, "What's protein?" once, and I said, "It's a team that's lost its amateur status."
Amateur status. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Okay. Okay. Number two is sleep.
Well,
or getting enough sleep, right?
You know, the importance of sleep. We actually did an episode, and we've talked about, I was going to say 2, about sleep.
Yeah.
And the importance of sleep. And as we age, the importance of sleep.
100%.
Yeah.
So 6 to 8 hours is the rule of thumb. That's what the science tells us is the kind of ballpark range. Here's the other thing that we know is that HGH is released when we sleep.
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to grow, that's what
HGH is human growth hormone.
Sorry. So that's naturally produced by our bodies when we sleep.
Yeah.
And so we're not going to spend a lot of time talking about sleep. You can, I'll put the link in the description here to the sleep episodes, and you can go back and look at those specifically, because we break down quite a bit more detail about sleep and the type of sleep and some sleep hygiene things and so on. So I think that you'll find all of that there. So look in the description if you want to get the specifics. But suffice to say that sleep is a priority.
Yes.
Okay. And I got to say for myself, since we did, it's interesting as we do these episodes and as I'm doing research for different content and topics, I'm applying them into my own workout regime and into my own life. So I've found now I've been really, really dialing in my sleep for the last probably 2 weeks, and I'm just amazed at how much better I feel. I didn't feel bad, or here's the thing, I didn't think I felt bad.
Until you make the changes.
Until I made the changes.
I've done that too.
Right?
I have no TV in my bedroom. I never have. But I would always bring my phone in. And so, often scrolling and checking all the social media sites as I'm falling asleep. Now, my phone isn't even coming into the bedroom. It's off, and it's charging on its charger in the kitchen, and then I'm reading before I go to bed.
But so to me, it's really interesting to see the difference physically, how I feel after a couple of weeks of being consistently on my sleep.
And if I wake up in the middle of the night, I read.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to put me back to sleep.
Yeah.
Quickly.
100%. Another one, a good example is I started last week. We did about different kinds of things we can do as we age to essentially defy the age process a little bit.
Yeah.
So I incorporated VO2 max training into my workouts starting now a week ago. And so
Which wasn't easy, was it? Because I heard you talk about that.
it wasn't, yeah, the first one was okay. The second time, so I started with once a week. So the first one was fine. The second one, not so much, because I did it 2 days after a leg day and I thought I'd be okay.
Yeah.
And my
things we learn.
Yeah. and my legs were not cooperating, or they were kind of like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
We've already done our bit until our next workout. So.
That's right.
Anyway, so again, I'm finding some benefit from that myself and seeing how that helps and everything. So, okay, that was number 2. Number 3 is creatine. And again, we've spent quite a bit of time breaking down creatine, but just to give us some simple things to understand creatine. So creatine is naturally occurring, and
it's an amino acid naturally found in protein.
Yeah, we get it in meat, we get it in fish. It's also made in our own bodies, in our livers, in our kidneys, and in the pancreas. Okay, and then it's converted to creatine phosphate and stored in the muscles, and it's used for energy, used for exertion. Obviously, it helps improve strength. It helps improve recovery. To me, it's amazing how many things creatine is beneficial for other than muscle growth and recovery. And one of the things creatine is also very good for is injury prevention. It will help with that as well.
Which is where I've shifted gears towards. As I work out, I don't work out at the level I used to with the intensity that I used to, but I'm all about injury prevention.
Right.
Yeah.
So simple rule of thumb for creatine, 5 grams a day. I don't do, I take it regularly, but I never did do a loading phase.
I didn't
So
either.
where they say, you take more for the first week and then you cut it back to 5 grams. You're fine to take 5 grams a day and just stick with that process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, stay hydrated. Water, right?
Yeah.
And here's one of the things that to understand is hydration actually aids in creatine getting into the muscles.
And it helps prevent injury. When we
100%.
talk about our muscle fibers, if we're dehydrated, they tend to go into spasm quicker, and they may knot up easier. So let's stay well hydrated.
Yep. And really, hydration is the catalyst for optimal growth and recovery.
Yeah.
Right? And the rule of thumb, 8 to 12 glasses. However, that's before you do anything. If there's exertion, like you're going to go to the gym and work out, guess what? You're going to lose some water. So you need to have more water coming in.
Right.
If you're going to drink coffee or tea, you're going to lose some water. Both of those are great diuretics, but you're going to lose some water. And so you need to
put it back in.
Put water back in on top of the 8 to 12 glasses.
Yeah.
Right? So just make sure you take that into account, because I know there were some days where I was like, okay, well, I know I've had enough water, but for me, I can tell. I sometimes I'll get a headache if I'm dehydrated.
Yeah.
And that means I've gone way too far if I get a headache. And there were days where I was like, okay, wait a minute. Why am I feeling the dehydration headache? I'm drinking enough. And then I figured it out. No, it's not that I had enough water. It's that I've had coffee. However many cups of coffee.
Probably didn't replace.
Yeah, the workout part is easy for me because I usually drink about 2 liters of water through a workout.
Yeah.
So that part is fine, but it's all the coffee consumption that happens after that. So make sure you take that into account, because there's the other thing about being properly hydrated is you're also going to have a better workout.
You're going to have a better workout for sure, and then your risk of injury is much less.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, so number 5 is supplementation. So, the rule of thumb is everybody is probably in a place where they should be taking some kind of multivitamin, right?
Oh, I would hope so. At
So,
our
right?
age.
So
Yeah,
some kind
yeah.
of quality multivitamin.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to just talk about 3 additional things that you can take for supplementation. Now, remember, it's called a supplement. It's not to
Not
take
meant to replace.
That's correct.
The initial source.
Right.
It's
So
made
you need
supplement.
it's there to supplement a healthy nutrition plan.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one we're going to talk about is vitamin D. So vitamin D is the sunshine
It's
vitamin,
sunshine,
right?
and on the beautiful west coast that we're on, we get a lot of gray, wet days, and so let's supplement.
Yeah, so
with that.
supplement with vitamin D. Crucial for bone health. So we're talking about, again, recovery and maintenance of muscles and things like that. Crucial for muscle function.
Yes.
Okay? And then also, this is important, is immune support. Because one of the things that happens as you go to the gym is you're going to tax your body, and then your body's going to, recover. But if it doesn't recover properly, how's that? You become more susceptible to getting sick.
Yes.
Right? One of the things we always talk about when it's pre-contest, and the closer we get to the competition
Don't
is
want to get sick.
don't want to get sick.
You don't want a cold.
Right? Make sure you're taking your vitamins.
Your vitamins, your vitamin C,
Okay.
or
C and D, and we're going to get to vitamin C.
Okay.
And so the other thing about vitamin D is it helps with the uptake of calcium.
It does.
Which is vital
With
for
calcium, naturally you can lose as you're doing strength training.
Yeah, and
the
it's
muscles are exerting.
Yeah, and it's vital for muscle repair.
Yeah.
And like you said, muscle contraction,
Yeah.
function. Okay? And so I'm going to read this directly off of here. Lack of vitamin C is linked to muscle weakness and impaired recovery. That's pretty simple.
Very simple
I don't think you can get more.
and important.
Yeah, so the importance of vitamin D, okay? So work that in, whatever that looks like, okay? Number 2 is omega-3s or fish oil.
Fish oil, the natural
right?
fish oil. Yeah.
So it's the kind of fat that's in fatty fish like salmon. It's in walnuts and seeds. I take it daily in liquid form because I have a big bottle of cod liver oil that my daughter and I take every day.
My dog and I take it every day.
Okay, there you go. So it's anti-inflammatory.
Yes.
And the thing is, when you go to the gym, you're going to inflame. Depending on how
inflame.
hard you train,
Yeah, yeah.
you're gonna be under momentary inflammation.
Yeah.
Okay, or temporary inflammation, and then the goal is you want to obviously recover, and the omega-3s are going to help that. They're also really good for your joints. Right?
Yes, definitely.
And it's also, without saying, good for heart and brain function.
Yes.
So, it's pretty simple. You can go to the store. You can get it in pill form. You can get it in liquid form.
I do it in capsule form. Yeah.
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 So you can do it in capsule form. You can do it in liquid form. And to me, it's just, I have a tablespoon, and then I don't have to think about it for the rest of the day.
Yep.
Right.
And I have a capsule in the morning, and like I said, my dog gets it in her food.
There you go. Okay, the next one is vitamin C. So
Great antioxidant.
right, powerful
Powerhouse.
antioxidant
It's the powerhouse of
for
them.
boosting your immune system. Because again, as we said, you're going to put your immune system under strain when you work out if you don't recover properly.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's a good one that vitamin C is important in. It's important in collagen synthesis, in your body making collagen and using collagen.
Which when we age and we talk about our skin changing, collagen, people associate our skin,
Hair, skin, and nails.
hair, skin, and nails
Bones,
with collagen.
joints,
Yeah.
all of those things. We're going to do a complete episode breaking down collagen and its value
Its
and
importance,
and all of those
Yeah.
things. But this is something that will certainly help that for sure. So we talked about immune system. We know vitamin C enhances the immune system, and it's specifically very useful against exercise-induced stress.
Yes.
Okay, so which is and the other thing
What we do to our bodies when we go to the gym.
that's right. Right,
its
because
natural
we don't
response.
we don't grow at the gym.
No.
We go and beat our bodies up in some way, shape, or form. Whether you're going to the gym, whether you're riding a bike, you're putting your body under strain.
Under stress and
right?
strain.
Whether you're
Yeah.
rowing, whether you're gymnastics,
Or you're
whether
running,
you're
or, yeah.
calisthenics, or
Yeah.
body weight exercises, whatever. You're putting your body under strain.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we go and heal,
Right.
and we go
When
and
we're
recover.
healing
We go
is-
home
is
and grow.
Typically when we're growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's also a vital part of collagen preparation for our body and use in our body. So we
Yeah.
want to make sure that we're incorporating vitamin C into our nutrition plan. And generally speaking, you're not going to probably consume enough vitamin C without having
Without
some
food
kind of
itself.
supplement.
Yeah.
With
with food itself.
supplementation. So not taking the place of.
No.
Okay.
No.
Number 6, this one's a really good one, is foam rolling.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so foam rolling, you may have,
Foam roller.
Yeah, you may have seen them at the
Music.
gym. They're a big roller, foam roller. They're about, depending, could be this long or
Actually,
shorter ones.
mine was a real long one, and I cut it in half. And so, yeah.
Yeah, so a recent study found that incorporating foam rolling reduced delayed onset muscle soreness by 50%.
Yeah.
And so, versus 20% if you didn't. Okay.
And so every gym has them. And if you don't know how to use them or how to use them effectively, ask.
Yeah.
Ask to be shown.
Right. The other part of that is when you do foam rolling, it needs to be specific to the body part that you have just worked out.
Yeah.
So you don't need to do a whole body foam roll.
No.
I'm not sure how you'd foam roll your face and your head and stuff, but it'd be interesting to see, I guess. But there's that part of it. But you want to target whatever it is you've worked on. And really, you're looking at about 90 seconds to 120 seconds is enough.
Yes.
Okay. If you'll just commit to that, an extra couple of minutes at the end of your workout, you'll feel better too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And in the area that you work, you'll also improve your flexibility by, the research says in the study that I referenced before, 4.2% increase in flexibility from the foam rolling.
When I trained really, really heavy and really, really intense and really hard, I would often end my workout with some stretching and foam rolling. And it was a nice, kind way to, before I walked out of the gym.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Number 7, massage.
Oh, yeah.
That's to me, that's like, we don't even need to explain
It's a no-brainer.
that. But it's just what it is. Probably one of the number one things that you can do to just help your muscles release and get rid of toxins from your body and help the recovery process.
Yeah. And there's many different types, and there's many different, places and you can go to, but it's just incorporate it in on a regular basis is really good preventative.
And obviously you want to make sure that the person that's doing it is qualified to do it.
Yep.
They're all going to be should be prepared to tell you what their qualifications are.
Yeah.
Usually as I get further along in the contest prep, I'll start to do massages once a week maybe.
Yep.
Depending on how my body feels, maybe once every couple of weeks or whatever it is, but it's so beneficial for your overall recovery. That one's a huge one.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally, number 8 is saunas. Mm-hmm. And so here's the thing. All of these things we're talking about, it's using them and doing them consistently. As far as the sauna goes, it's a consistent thing also.
Yeah.
That you go once in a while is fine, but if you want to incorporate this and get the best results, make some kind of plan that you're going to do it regularly.
So, yeah. Whether it's once a week or twice or once every 2 weeks, or just make that.
But make it regularly,
plan.
yeah. Because what the research shows is that it will aid in muscle mass recovery and building. Okay, so which is obviously which is positive, right?
Yeah.
It's also a benefit for protein synthesis for your body, which is a huge one as well. Mm-hmm. It helps your body with the release and increases the release of growth hormone. And it improves our cardiovascular health.
Yep.
That's pretty significant for sitting in a nice, warm, steamy room
which feels good.
Right.
But yeah.
For an extra whatever,
yeah.
20 minutes or something like that.
So we're telling you it's good for you. So do it.
Yeah. So those are some things that you can apply. Use them all. Do some of them. You figure out what's going to make sense for you. But these things will help your body to recover, help you to gain muscle, help you to keep muscle, especially after 40s, into your 50s, into your 60s, and on from there. So, figure that out, what that looks like for you, and implement that and make that a part of your everyday lifestyle. This is about a lifestyle, right? So here's the thing. You might be just starting on your fitness journey or restarting your fitness journey, or just saying, okay, I haven't done this in a long time or ever, or whatever it might be. Just start somewhere, right?
That's the thing. Just start.
And then make a commitment to yourself and a commitment to your family, and a commitment to your friends that you're going to do. You don't have to tell them anything, but in the inside, you understand you're making a commitment not just to yourself, but you want to be around for your kids and your grandkids and your friends and all of those the people that you know. Yeah. So and then start the process.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where it all begins.
100%. So thank you for joining us today. If you haven't, please take a minute, subscribe to the channel. Helps us with getting the word out. And if you think there's people, we're having more and more people reach out to us to tell us, hey, we really like what your videos are all about, like what your content is. Get the word out to anybody that you think.
Yes, please share. And if you have any comments or questions, or if there's topics you want us to actually cover, put it in the comments, please. Yeah,
absolutely. And I know somebody's reached out to us, and we're going to do some stuff at some point talking about some different training styles and things that people have asked about. So, but thank you all for that, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.